Most rock bands cycle through members for years. The Doors had exactly 4. Ever. No replacements, no returning legends, no revolving door. Just 4 men from Los Angeles who built one of the strangest, most hypnotic sounds in rock, and an ending that came far too fast. This is every member of The Doors. 1965, Venice Beach. A film student named Jim Morrison sings a few lines of a song called Moonlight Drive to a keyboard player named Ray Manzarek. Manzarek hears what the rest of the world hasn't yet, a poet with the voice of a crooner and the presence of something more dangerous. That is the whole origin. Manzarek brings in John Densmore, a jazz drummer who plays rock like it swings, then Robbie Krieger, trained in flamenco, who attacks the strings with his fingers instead of a pick. By the end of 1965, the 4-piece is complete. It never changes again. And listen to what each man carries. Morrison, the poetry and the menace, the one they called the Lizard King. Krieger, the Spanish finger-picking that turns Light My Fire into something no other band could have written. Densmore, the jazz pulse underneath, loose and alive. And Ray Manzarek, the genius holding all of it together. There is no bass player. Manzarek works the low end with his left hand on a keyboard bass, while his right hand carries the melody, part Bach, part carnival organ. It becomes the signature of the entire sound. In 1967, their debut arrives with Light My Fire, and The Doors are one of the biggest bands in America. Strange Days follows the same year. Waiting for the Sun, The Soft Parade, Morrison Hotel. 5 albums in 4 years, each one darker and stranger than the radio was ready for. And here is a secret the 4 kept from the crowd. On record, the bass was always a session player. On their final album, L.A. Woman, it was Jerry Scheff, Elvis Presley's own bassist, with Marc Benno on rhythm guitar. You will see them here on the timeline, the hired hands who filled the chairs. But no one ever became the 5th door. The 4 never moved. Then, L.A. Woman in 1971. Riders on the Storm, Manzarek's electric piano falling like rain over Krieger's guitar. Their finest hour. And it is also the end of the road. In July 1971, Jim Morrison is found dead in the bathtub of his Paris apartment. No autopsy was performed, and the official cause was heart failure. He was 27 years old, the same age as Hendrix, the same age as Janis Joplin. The 27 Club takes its most poetic voice. Here is the part most people don't know. The Doors did not stop. Manzarek, Krieger, and Densmore carried on as a 3-piece and made 2 more albums without Morrison, Other Voices in 1971 and Full Circle in 1972. You have almost certainly never heard them. Without that voice, the spell was broken, and by 1973, the Doors were finished. 4 members, 8 years. Never a single lineup change while Morrison lived. A poet, a flamenco guitarist, a jazz drummer, and a keyboard genius playing the bass with his left hand. 4 musicians who could not be replaced, and who never tried to be. Every member, every record, every date, at riffbase.app. New band, every week.